Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
There was something that you and I did really early on that
Mm.
was so helpful, and it has guided a lot of the way that I feel and think about my own responsibility. Um, we did an exercise about the things that we each do really well
Mm-hmm.
and the things we hate.
I
And for
remember
the
that.
things that we hate, the things that we had in common that we hate,
Yep.
we recognized that we had to shoulder them together until somebody else could take them on. Because we
Yes.
both hate doing marketing, but we actually,
Yeah.
it's not that we hate doing marketing. It's hard to do marketing because it's a presence and an energy
Yes.
that, you know, I would rather devote to something that I do better. And
Hmm.
that's a pretty typical thing. But that
Yeah.
exercise of like, okay, we're going to bring me in. Let's talk about those things that we do really well, and and things that we don't like to do,
Yep.
because at least then we're honest with each other about those things.
Yeah.
And in that same exercise, here's a reveal to everybody. We've known each other a really long time. There were things that you said that I do well that I don't actually think I do well. And the opposite also happened.
Yep.
Things that you didn't call out that I think you do really well.
Yeah.
And that's an important moment also,
It is.
where, it doesn't mean I want you to do the thing that you don't see yourself doing really well, but I know you do that thing really well.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be either supportive of you doing it because I don't do it well, or
Yeah.
I'm going to acknowledge that you might struggle in that area because you don't think that you do that particularly well.
Mm-hmm.
And so it
Yeah.
becomes like, how do I know how you work? And
Yes.
how do we find ways to balance each other in a way that's really healthy and
Mhm.
open and honest? And when something doesn't work, we're like, hey, okay, this isn't working. Let's find a way through it. But it usually
Yeah.
is about, it's almost always, let me take that back. It is always about the system. It's
Yes.
not about like, I don't like what you're wearing today, or I
Right.
don't like what you, it is never that. It's always about, is this working for the system?
Yeah.
And that removes a lot of the emotion from that conversation, even if you have to have it with yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
That's important.
It is. It is. That self-awareness is super important, but it also
Yeah.
really helps to have a mirror,
Yeah.
right? So, as I think early on, I had other people that could reflect that back to me where I could say, okay, keep me honest. You've worked with me in
Yeah.
this setting, or you know me in this way. If I told you I was doing this, how would you react? And I've had people be
Yeah.
like, oh my God, put it down right now. Walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But I do think it's about the care of the system.
Yeah.
And I'll tie it back to something you said early on, which is I do think one of the hardest things for us to do in a small business space or as a founder is to check our own egos, right? To put that ego down and to recognize that unless the brand that we founded is literally your identity,
Yeah.
your identity is not being challenged by people saying, let me take that, or I can help with that, or by you actually giving over roles
Mhm.
to other people. But your identity has to evolve with the organization so that your role evolves with the organization. Because if you stay
Mhm.
stuck in your ego and your identity and it's all tied to your original vision, scale is going to feel like a straitjacket to everybody around you.
Yeah.
Right? It's just going to get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And then it rips at the seams. And that
Mhm.
is problematic because that's when you start to lose people that you want to keep. That's when your culture starts to really eat your company.